All right, welcome to the PrizePicks on 5. You're on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. Thing we tell you at the very beginning, use the code 5, F-I-V-E. That's how you get your initial deposit matched up to $100. Use that code 5, F-I-V-E. And again, you don't have to play it all at once, but they're only going to match it once. So if you want to put down $100, you get $100 back to play. It's free. There are no rollovers. You put $20 down, you will get $20 to play. And again, you can do this at the Google Play Store, the Apple App Store, or prizepicks.com. All right, we're just talking about one thing today. Game 7, Heat Celtics up in Boston. The Heat have lost 3 straight, of course. Only 3 teams have ever come back from 0-3. To force the 7th game, the Celtics have done that. They're now 7-point underdogs at home. They have the most anti-Heat officials possible in this game, starting with Scott Foster and Tony Brothers. Everything's going their direction. Let's see if that plays into our picks tonight. Let's start with what we've been doing every game. I keep getting asked, oh, my God, look at this. How negative this is. Ira comes in here. We are losing. Let's get into Jimmy Butler here, and I can tell you, and I just put this on our off-the-floor feed, everybody's asking me if there's something physically wrong with him. No, as far as I know. Unless he's lying to everybody and everybody's lying to me, I've not heard of any new injury beyond what he's already been dealing with. Perhaps there's fatigue. There's some other things I've heard, but nothing physical. Okay, so I'll just leave it at that. So I don't know that there's anything physically limiting him tonight from playing at a high level.
50.
Would you go over or under tonight on some of these Jimmy props, Friedman? Oh, by the way, we've got David Friedman from Talk About Sports, and we've got David Eversole, David W. Eversole. Go ahead.
I'm going back to the well on the Jimmy field goal attempts. I don't know. You say he's not hurt. I mean, I think he's still hurt from the ankle probably because he's human-ish.
There's nothing new. That's what I've been told. There's nothing new or significant increase in issues from prior. That's what I've been told.
He's not going out not shooting. So give me over. I think it's 21 field goal attempts.
12.5, yeah.
Why not at this point? I don't know. I feel like he has to try and do it himself a little bit tonight. I think, like you were saying, I think he'll start off early. I don't think he sits back and waits for everyone to get involved first.
Eversole?
I'm kind of on the fence about Jimmy, but I did like him on the rebounds and assists at just 14.5.
Yeah,
I think he could go high on one of those categories, 9, 10 rebounds. So I'm kind of hedging my bets, because his point production has been so just all over the place. I feel like 14.5 is attainable between the rebounds and assists.
I'll say this about the officials and Jimmy. I don't okay. And this is going to sound contradictory when I get to my Bam pick here. But I don't think the officiating will affect Jimmy that much because, at least on the defensive end, in terms of, cutting his minutes down or anything like that, because he just doesn't pick up a lot of fouls. So he should be okay with Scott Foster or Tony Brothers. I looked at free throw related stuff with him. Is it even up there right now? Because I saw it earlier.
Free throws, I think it was like 8 or 8.5 or something.
Yeah, that one, I didn't know which way to play with Foster officiating. But I'll just say this. The one thing with Jimmy is he's going to get the minute. Yeah, 8.5. He's going to get the minutes. That's the thing. He's going to get the minutes. Spo is not going to do that thing where he plays in 37 tonight. So I would go over on most Jimmy props. I do feel like he's going to go out guns blazing here. Again, when I was assured that there's no new physical ailment, or at least the ankle hasn't gotten worse, then I was kind of like, all right, some of this is related to other things I've heard about, and I feel like he can kind of push through those without me divulging what those may be.
No minutes prop on Jimmy.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. In fact, I only saw a couple of minutes props, period, for tonight. They stayed away from that one, and it's lower-level players. It's like Strus and Grant Williams. Yeah, there you go. All right, let's get to this one, and this is the one where, Ethan, you're an idiot. I'm going to play Bam over on PRA. I don't trust the points. But I do think there has to be more involvement here tonight. There has to be, and the other thing about it, I look at this, being under 4 the last 5. I'll say I should have looked at that first. But look, I'm going to play him over on it because I think the Zeller minutes are going to get cut out tonight. I feel like there's going to be some minutes maybe for K-Love. Being this road game 7, I feel like Spoelstra may turn to him. I don't think he'll turn to Highsmith, even though I think he should. So I think Bam is going to get up in the 42, 43-minute range. So I feel like 30.5 is an attainable number. We may be complaining that he was doing a lot of passing and not scoring, but at least he'll get the assist for that. So I'm going to play him over. Eversol, would you do anything with Bam?
Maybe rebounds and assists, 13.5. If he's a little bit more passive in terms of the scoring.
Yeah.
But 17 points. Historically, Bam has been really good. He was really good in the beginning of this series. So, I mean, I don't see that out of the realm of possibilities on the 17 points.
It better not be. I'll just say that. It better not be tonight. Freeman, would you play him?
I just don't know what the hell I'm watching with this guy anymore. Honestly, like from game to game, from every few games, I don't want to play him only because, ouch, like it hurts to watch him not play good, right? So I don't want to mess with that. No.
I understand. All right, they're on to me with Caleb Martin. I think the whole league is on to me now. So that little party, it didn't last. What are the numbers with Caleb tonight?
Everything's pumped up. His points, I think, are at 15, but I've been playing his points and rebounds, and that's been way up.
Oh, wow. Okay, so what is he at now, points and rebounds?
He's at 15. He's at 7 rebounds.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, he'll probably go over on both, but it's not such an easy play anymore. So he's and they gave him, let's see, 23.
The rebounds are way up. The rebound numbers are way up. I mean, he's been down around like 4 or 5.
Well, he had 9 in the first half of the night, so that's why. I don't know. I mean, I've reported that there were 2 voters, and there's only like 9 voters who told me they were going to vote for him for Eastern Conference Finals MVP if they had closed that thing out. Would either of you guys play any of the Caleb stuff? He's still at that 1.5 free throws made thing. Would either of you play that?
That's the one that's the one I have on mine. I mean, look,
I'll play him straight points, honestly.
He's getting the minutes, and I mean, he's being aggressive. It's not that crazy anymore. Earlier on when this was happening, he wasn't playing that much. It wasn't
right.
This is a little bit different now. So
yeah, I'm with you. All right. Anything else on the Heat side tonight?
I took Gabe Vincent over 12 free throws or field goal attempts, except for the game. Well, obviously the game he got hurt, but he's been putting up a lot of field goal attempts. I mean, I think Jimmy's going to get a lot too. I just think he's got to have some. I mean, he's been taking it to the hole a lot too, not even just free throw attempts. So I feel like that's been part of it for them, kicking it out.
Comes in from Loud. I don't get Spo not playing Highsmith. He did great last time out. He's going to wait till next season, 2024, to play Loud like he did with Caleb. We've been pounding the table for Highsmith the entire series. So at the network. So I don't fully understand it. I think he was Zeller. He was trying to keep Robert Williams off the boards, but that really didn't work either. Robert Williams is shooting like 92% for the series. Anything else here on the Heat side that you guys like before we swap over to Boston?
Duncan.
Okay.
I think he's your 3-point guy besides Caleb, obviously, but I think, we all know Duncan's more specialized. He's been cooking in this series when he's got the minutes.
Except for the 2 he needed, but yes.
Yeah, but overall,
he's
been really good. I look at the whole, 14 points a game over the last 5.
Yep.
I feel pretty good about him. And he's been getting, a couple 2s mixed into there, not just 3. So got a little more diversity to his scoring attack. So I still like Duncan over 8.5. I think he's, as you said earlier in the series, he's kind of supplanted Strus in terms of that role.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go over to Boston here. There's a lot to play here. I'm going to play Tatum. I would play Tatum over on a lot of stuff, but the one number I really like is the 7.5 free throws made. You've got Scott Foster and Tony Brothers officiating this game.
He can't extend it. He's just going to extend.
Well, they can extend it to the finals and get Boston in the finals if that's what they really want. I would say you can't extend their season. You can see there he went way over in the last game. I feel like there'll be more aggression, maybe less free 3-point attempts in this game. They know who the officials are and they know how they're going to call these games. Yes, the Caleb 1.5 free throws made is our secret prize pick that for some reason they still haven't raised. So I'm going to go over Tatum on that. Would you play anything? I'll go to both Tatum or Brown, either of you guys, anything.
I like Tatum on the free throws. Same thing. That's what I have. I feel like they might let him play a little more tonight just because Game 7, but I don't think the referee stuff, I get it. Obviously, I understand the Scott Foster thing, but it's almost set up to – it's almost like they can't do that. It will look too obvious after the last game.
I mean,
right?
they literally assigned both of them to this game. They know the numbers. Like I don't think they're concerned about it
Just
being
double
too hot.
down, man. Let's go.
I mean, honestly, if the Heat do go to the finals, and I'm at that Adam Silver press conference, I'm going to ask him if he recognizes that there's a problem in perception at the very least, right? Like the fact that everybody knows what these records are, and there's an
You have to just give him the data, like straight up. Just question him with the data.
The data. Take that for data. Anything on Brown or Tatum, David?
Not particularly on my end.
All right. What do you like?
I like Smart under 5.5 assists.
Okay.
I think the other guys are going to kind of be a little bit more, on the ball, like you said earlier about Tatum, and maybe attacking the rim a little bit more. And Smart has been kind of up and down in terms of his assist numbers. He seems to have picked up his scoring and especially his three-point shooting. So I actually went under. I know we're not big on unders around here, but I like Smart under 5.5 assists.
Freeman, anything else you like? Yeah, Derek White, unfortunately. For the second time, last time we recorded a show, I said Derek White Heat killer, so I'm sorry. 28.5 fantasy points over that. Okay. I don't think he stops killing us. I just think it's got to be the other guys that they stop a little bit more. But this one hurts, honestly. I don't know. Yeah. Give me
it hurts, but it's probably accurate. Did he go? He went over the 2.5 threes last time too, right?
Every game, it makes me nervous because he's most games 3, and it's
that's back on the board. Yeah, I mean, every game is
it's ridiculous. Ever saw anything else?
Maybe Horford. They bumped that rebound number up to 6.5. I'm hearing Williams seemed to be a little bit more involved in the last game, so don't really love anybody else on the Boston side. I do like obviously Derek White. I mean, 14 points. You could definitely go a few different ways with him. But if I was going to lean maybe anybody in Boston, I would go with Horford over 6.5.
We should have made a note talking about Derek White rule. We should have set that up beforehand.
Yeah, well, what's going to be fun is not to have to talk about him if the Heat lose this game, and we've got to do PrizePicks shows off the NBA Finals that nobody wants to watch. Use the code 5 FIVE. We'll be doing Panther shows. Use the code 5 FIVE. Get that initial deposit match up to $100. If you're a Heat fan, this may be the last time all year that you can play your favorite players. Sign up. Make some money. Do you all think Jimmy and Bam will actually show up tonight? They are in Boston. They were at the arena for shoot-around. They showed up physically. I can't speak beyond that. We'll have a pregame show here coming up. I believe we're doing it live at 7:30 tonight. Playback at 8:30. Post-game show or postseason show or finals preview show or some kind of damn show will happen after the game for 5 on the floor. Have a good night, everybody.